what this does to our kids' education is by overcrowding our classrooms, we, and then not giving them any sort of extracurricular activities like gym or art or music. They have no break in the day. The teachers have no break. The kids are, stuck in one classroom. I think, they need a well-rounded education. It's not fair to them to have these large class sizes. The per pupil funding is really to get us to have more kids in a classroom, and I think it's putting a lot of stress on our teachers, which is in turn going to hurt our children.
When they're cutting our funding, not only do we have large class sizes, usually we're able to bring in reading specialists or math specialists that can come in and make the classroom sizes smaller. But now that takes their ability to do that away. So now we have 34 children in first grade, and we'd have a breakout of 5 other children, so we'd bring the class down to 29. But we won't have that anymore.
Right now, myself and my girlfriend are homeless. We have been victimized through these harsh and severe cuts that have been given to government programs. She lost her voucher back in February. I'm sorry, my first time, but we got a voucher cut back in February, so we were left homeless without any recourse with 2 minor children, so we decided to occupy. All right. So we identified a bank-owned house in Rogers Park, and we moved in, and we got volunteers to help clean out the place. Had a little bit of water damage, and we made it livable. We invested over $1,000, about $1,500 in that, and we held that house for like 60 days. Unfortunately, we were forced out through a judicial auction. The company that bought it is one of the largest global players in real estate, Blackstone Group. They came in, locked us out. They forcibly detained us, and we were jailed on trespassing charges. Not once, but twice. Yeah, I know I said twice. We went back.
The austerity budget means the loss of around 40 jobs in our building, from teachers to office staff to security guards. I'm also a parent of a public school student. My daughter's school will lose more than $1 million next year. Once again, jobs lost, educational programs unsustainable. The story is repeated in hundreds of schools across the city, and we're the lucky ones because my daughter still has a school to attend next year, and I still have a job waiting for me at the end of the summer. When our unelected school board voted to close an unprecedented number of schools from the most disenfranchised neighborhoods in the city, they claimed a need for austerity. We simply can't afford these underutilized schools. When they slashed budgets across the district, they claimed it was unavoidable because of the severe budget deficit, and then pointed the finger at teacher pensions. The mayor and the school board actually want us to buy into the idea that the city is so financially insecure that the only solution is to make city workers and children pay. So here's the thing about austerity in education. It doesn't save money, and it doesn't improve education. But that doesn't mean that it's not working. In fact, Chicago's program of austerity in education is part of a nationwide trend. Discussions of budget deficit is just a distraction. These are the real 5 pillars of corporate education reform. 1, you replace learning with testing. And then you move to 2, you punish and destabilize public schools. That leads to 3, weakening unions. 4, privatizing educations. And then the final pillar, you make billions of dollars in profit off the backs of our children. Chicago poet Malcolm London summed it up beautifully in his poem Training Ground. He wrote, "I hear the education systems are failing, but I believe they are succeeding at what they're built to do." All right. At the Board of Ed meeting on June 26th, parent Victoria Griffo-Benson spoke about the cost of austerity at her child's school, and she finished by telling the board, "I don't buy what you're selling, nor do I have trust in this system that's supposedly all about the children." And in this era of austerity, none of us can afford to buy into a public school system that Chicago's trying to sell us. That's why we have a moral responsibility to keep fighting until we have taken back the power and regained control of our communities, our schools, and our children's futures. Yeah!